Let's see. I had you looking at my wall. Hi. I'm just coming on. I'm a little late. I think we finally got my printer running. I have been on the phone. I was on with them last night. We thought it was up and running. It wouldn't print, so it took a long time to get it done today. It actually printed, so cross our fingers. Hopefully it's fixed. So tonight I am going to do project number 5, which is going to be similar to this. This is my first time I've ever done a what's this called? A reverse canvas. And I didn't use the same stencil. I used a different one, and I used the back side of the canvas instead of the front. This is the white, that normally sticks out. That's this side. I used that side because I like the color of it against the frame. I stained the frame, and so I'm going to do that again tonight. Last night when I stained the frame, I did not have gloves on. Or not last night, the night before last. I did not have gloves on, and it was, I learned how nasty it is to stain without gloves. So, I ran to Walmart during my lunch hour yesterday, because I had planned on doing this last night, and got some gloves. So, I already have spray paint, because I spray painted my trays, the second coat tonight. And so I was holding it in my hand. I know the spray paint doesn't want to come off. So I'm going to be painted for a few days. I don't know if you can see it, but it's all sticky. Such a pleasant feeling. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do before I cut my gloves off, put my gloves on, is cut the screen off of the frame. I've never used this before, but I keep hearing it's great for keeping your chalk from bleeding. I have chalked on these canvases, and I have not had any issues. So I'm trying to decide if I want to try it or not. I may wait for another practice. This was a practice, and I kind of messed it up. I got a smudge right there. I got the chalk paste off the side of the stencil, and I can't get it off. So, and yes, I even embellish my practice ones. I love to embellish. So anyway, at this point I'm going to put you down on the table so you can see. And if you've never seen my videos before and you don't know who I am, my name is Audra. I am with Chalking with Aud. And I am also known as Twisted Chalker. And let's begin project number 5 for Thou Shalt Not Try Me. Mom 24/7. Okay, here we go. Don't know why this is sitting crooked. Okay, so the computer and the phone tripod don't want to play nice. All right, let's take this off first. So, first thing I'm going to do is take my box cutter and cut just outside the staples. You don't have to go too deep. If you just cut this, it just comes right off, just like that. And sometimes you have to work the ends a little more because they're folded and they're thicker. Okay. I've seen this done by several people, and I thought, oh, well, that's pretty cool because you have it all built in right there, the frame and everything. I did one of these without doing this. I did it on here just like that. I mean, that's cute, but I think I would like the frame better. So that's why I decided to do it again, but do the reverse canvas this time. So, this is a package of canvases I think I picked up at Hobby Lobby. They were on sale at one point. They were having big old sale on canvases, and my daughter and I were there looking around, and, or was it Michael's? It may have been Michael's. I don't remember. But we got like a pack of 10 for $10, or a pack of 8 for $10.99, or something like that. It was pretty inexpensive. All right. So now this part here, you can take off if you choose. Just come right off. I do hope the saga of my printer and my computer is over. Well, at least it is now. For now, I do have to get a new my Quicken software, and I have to get that again because I could not find my product key from when I purchased it like 8 years ago. I guess I don't hold on to things like that for very long, and so I'm SOL as far as that goes. Okay, so it's all separated. Tonight I'm going to do it on the white side and not on this side. This is kind of like the fabric. It's really not too bad. I guess you could ink on it too. I mean, the chalk did okay. You can see the little areas, a few areas where it just kind of didn't go through or something. But it's really not too bad. This was done with no gesso, I don't know what that's called, gesso. So, you know, I think it'll go through just fine without it. So I may not use it. What I am going to do is lay this on here and trace it so I know exactly where I want to cut. So I'm going to trace on the outside of the frame. And I'll be cutting the ends off. I'll cut the ends off first, and then I will stencil it. That way I'll know exactly where to put the stencil. Okay. This I want to stain. So I'm going to put this trash bag down. This is my fancy dancy painter's cloth. Painter's cloth? Drop cloth? So that I don't get it all over my brand new mat. There we go. And I'm going to stain it with weathered gray. This one here, I stained with this vintage aqua. I really love that color. But this one I'm going to do with the weathered gray. So, I'm kind of unprepared. Again, dealing with my printer, my computer. I didn't gather all my supplies, so I'm going to have to be stepping over and grabbing things as I'm working. Because I was late. Coming on. Okay, stir it up. It's actually nice and stirred. Nice and strong too. So I spray painted my trays outside, and they're sitting over there on the ottoman to dry, and the smell is very strong. And I don't know, I might be getting a little contact high from the paint. And now let's add this to it. Huh? It's going to be a great night. Maybe I'll sleep well. Okay. Before I get started, I'm going to put on some gloves. So it's Friday. I hope you all had a good Friday. And I hope you have a great weekend. I don't plan to go on live again until Sunday around 7. I do want to tell you that things are going to be a little bit different when I come back Sunday, because I have made some decisions and made some changes, and I am changing companies. I'm still going to be doing this type of thing because I love this type of thing, but when I first learned about it, it was through a different company, and while I was researching that company and making decisions, I stumbled on Magnolia and chose Magnolia. And I have no complaints. It's been a great company, but I'm thinking it's time to switch over to this other company, mostly because of my personality. It helped with that company. I have learned through further research and discussions with people is better suited for my personality. Magnolia's got wonderful stuff. I love their stencils, and I'm going to remain a customer for my personal use and for my booth products. But for this, I'm going to be making a change. Let's see. Sometimes I can't talk and concentrate at the same time. I kind of overdid it with the gray on this one. I may have to sand that down a little bit. Okay, anyway. Let's see. I don't normally stain either. Staining is a new thing for me too, and so I've got a lot to learn as far as staining goes. But I mean, the way I'm going to learn is if I just do it, right? Just do it and make mistakes and learn from my mistakes and keep practicing and keep doing it. That's the look I'm looking for right there. There we go. Alright. Oh, maybe I shouldn't be using the brush. There we go. It's drying just as quick as I'm wiping it off, so drying it's not going to be an issue. But this is really cool. I mean, all the years that I've seen canvases in stores and people painting on them and stuff, and gosh, it just never occurred to me that there would be a nice looking frame on the inside. You just take it off, and these could even be used for other things other than a reverse canvas. I watch a lot of Dollar Tree DIY on YouTube. I actually learned this though from somebody else that I used to watch on YouTube for a different company, the one that I'm moving to, as a matter of fact. Okay, it's not perfect, and that's okay. I don't want it perfect. So there's the frame. I'm going to get rid of all this stuff that could potentially cause a mess, or could potentially be messy because of me. They won't cause the mess. I'll cause the mess. I've taken my gloves off too soon. So I took the sponge off of the end of this, and now I've got a nice little dowel that can be used for projects. I don't have my blow dryer. I'm just going to dry this frame for a minute. painter's drop cloth. My wonderful painter's drop cloth. This is messy. I learned about this little guy by watching Dollar Tree DIYs. I found him on Amazon. Amazon.com. Okay. I probably should have put a little more down here, but I'm not going to fret about it. I think I kind of actually like it that way. So now, let's cut this canvas where I traced around the outside of the frame. If I had my glasses on, I could really see what I was doing. I probably should go get them. I'm hoping you can see what's going on here. There we go. Okay. I'm going inside the line a little bit because I don't want it to go all the way to the edge. What's going to happen is once I'm done, I'm going to staple it back on here. But see, it's too big, so I need to cut it down a little more. And of course, I didn't cut it straight because I couldn't cut straight. If somebody had a gun to my head and said cut a straight line or you're going to go, I couldn't do it. I'll just say, okay, send me home. I'll give it a try, but you're going to have to send me home. All right, so I guess I shouldn't be talking about guns to my head and stuff. That's not a good thing, is it? Alright. Let's see. That should do it. Okay. But I'm not going to staple it just yet because I want to go ahead and stencil it first. And it is crooked. Still crooked, but that's okay. Alright, where's my stencil? My very well used stencil, very much loved stencil. Thou shalt not try me, Mom 24/7. I won't need to fuzz it because it's kind of fabric, kind of. And I've been using it quite a bit. It's sticky, but not as sticky as it could be. And I think I'm going to go ahead and center this. Now, hold on. I can just go like that and say, if I want to embellish, I need to make sure there's room for embellishment. I think I'll put it like right here. Kind of low. I think I'll just center it. That looks about right, I think. Oops, it moved. Like about there. So. Okay. So, now, the trick will be to get it on there straight. I'm going to just kind of make sure there's no air bubbles. No air bubbles. And I'm wanting to do some purple. So, my fingers are so sticky. I don't know if you can see all that white paint. It won't come off. Oh, that looks good. This is, oh, I put it on the side so I can cheat. That's my little cheat sheet right there. This is purple lace. It looks really smooth. It is a little on the thicker side. So I'm going to add some distilled water. Just a little bit. I'm using distilled water, not tap water. If you put tap water in here, it's got all kinds of little microorganisms, germy things or whatever in it that could cause mold. So you don't want to use tap water. You want to use distilled water. Okay. And now this color is Pansy. Let's see how it looks. See, it's a little thick. It's quite thick. I might not be using my Pansy today. Oh, this is good. This is good. You can see how sometimes it can get. Oopsie. So, get all this picked up and back in there. And I just dropped something in my jar. I don't know what that is. I'm just gonna pluck it out of there. There we go. All right. Add some distilled water. I should move this out of the way. All right, let's get this going. So, I have this handy little tool that I ordered from someone who only had so many, and it works very well for mixing this up. It says Badger Airbrush Company on there. So what I'm going to do is add some more water. Sometimes my fingers and hands just don't have the strength to mix it. I'm going to make a barrier around the heel, around the bowl, the container, so I can mix it without it splattering all over the place. I'm just doing it like a hand mixer, hoping to get this to the consistency I need it. This is one of the first ones I ordered last year. Sometimes it helps to spray a little distilled water in it before you close it. Just spray it, don't mix it, and then close it. And decreases the risk of it getting that solid. Now if you open one up, oops, if you open it up and it's rock hard, you're most likely not going to get it back. And that can, see, it splatters everywhere. Luckily I have a black shirt on, but it got it going for me. Now I can get it. Deal with the clumps. I did used to have this sitting on a rack here in the dining room. Not next to it, but not very far from the vent. The only thing I could think of is having it that close to the vent may have affected some of my jars. So now it's across the room against the wall where there are no vents. So I don't have to worry about it anymore. You don't want to store these in extreme heat. You don't want them next to the heat vents. You don't want them in the window so that the sun is beating down on them. All right. Okay, so I should wash my hands before I try to do this. Be right back. So, as I was saying earlier, there are going to be some changes happening here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lightweight one. You know what? I know an easier way to do this. Yeah, probably not. I'm just going to use the regular squeegee. And I'm just going to put it on the top half of the letters. Just like this. And on these, careful not to get it on the bottom half of thou. Just like that. This is a two-tone. I'm putting it on a little on the thicker side so it doesn't get dry before I finish what I'm doing. Okay. Then, now I'm going to take this and I'm going to do down here first. There's a little space between the colors, but that's okay because I'm going to blend them. Need some more. It's a bit of a tight squeeze here. Trying not to mix the light purple with the purple lace with the pansy in certain areas. I'm going to use it over here. Whoopsie. Ooh, that's a lot. Sorry. There we go. I'm really concentrating here. I definitely want the line in the pansy. So I'm going to go ahead and do that all the way down to the line. Okay. And now I'm just going to mix them a little bit like this in the middle. In the areas that didn't get the little space between the two colors. Just going to blend them. Okay. I need a paper towel. All right. I don't know if I can get any of this extra without putting the wrong color in the container. But the purple did get on pretty thick. The pansy did get on pretty thick. That'll work. Okay, here we go. Let's pull it off here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I just smudged it. I'm on a roll. Let me see if I can get that off of there. Okay, I'll put this in the water. Goodness gracious. All right. First, I'm going to oh, look at that. It's coming right off. Awesome. Okay. Now, I missed a little bit of the line. The rest of it's not perfect. I don't want it to be perfect. I like the little distressed look. I just don't want that much of this line to be missing. So I'm adding a little bit of pansy to the line. And that one bled a little bit, and I have to be careful. I may have to try and practice on a canvas with the gesso, whatever it's called, and see if that changes the way it works. Okay, I'm going to dry this really quick for a minute. It's going to get loud if you want to turn down your volume. Okay. And now I can touch up some areas. I found this tool at the Women's Expo, and it's got a really fine tip on it. And I'm going to just kind of scrape off the excess that I accidentally painted where I didn't want it. Thou shalt not try me, Mom 24/7. And that was done in purple lace and pansy. Set those aside. Now I think, I do not want to put water on it. I think I'm going to spray it really quick with some sealer so I don't mess it up while I'm attaching it back to the frame. Okay, so I just sprayed a little bit of this over it. I'm going to blow dry it one more time. All right, so there's that. Now, Here is the gray frame that I stained. I'm going to turn it over. Do I want it this way? Do I want it this way? I think I want this way. So, just going to set it up here and staple it back on. You can glue it if you want, or you can staple it. And I have my staple gun. So, pick a spot. And now pull it tight. Do I want to pull it tight over here first? There it is so far. It's sticking up a little bit back here, not a whole lot. I'll most likely trim that down. See, it's sticking out right there. So, trim it down a little bit. There we go. And this side. All right, now I have this. I'm thinking I want to make one of these, and I don't have a smaller version of this. So I think I will go ahead and just 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to skip it. I'm going to skip that. I'm going to use these. You know what? I don't think I will. I think I like it just like this. No, I don't. I have an idea. I'm going to use these two. These three. Yes. I haven't used these yet. I need to close these so that they're not sitting out in the air too long, or they start getting stiff again. And since I'm done with them, I'll go ahead and shut them up, close them up, and set them aside. And clean up my mess. Goodness gracious, look at that. And it's all over my fingers again. So now I have to wash my hands. Okay. That's the nice thing about crafting in my dining room is I'm close to my kitchen. And I can run over there to the sink and wash up every time I make a mess of myself. Trust me, that's quite often. Now, there are a couple reasons why I chose the purple lace and the pansy. One being that I haven't really done much in this color, but also because I know people who like the color purple. Number one, that's number two. Number one is I haven't used them. You can see these are brand new. These are still new. I wanted to put them to use. So, I think I'm just going to do kind of a messy bow kind of a thing instead of a flower. I don't know what that is, so I'll just cut it away. I don't want that on my... I don't want it on my project. I want it to be nice and clear and clean. You know, I think I'm going to throw a little gray in there too. Let's see. Is it up here? It's up here. Let's throw this in there. Oh, that's going to be a little too wide, isn't it? This is my process typically when I'm embellishing. I start out thinking there's one way I want it, and before I know it, I'm changing it. I have a thought. It only hurt a little bit, but I think I know what I can do. That was jute twine. And there's all different colors, but that's the only gray. I throw a little bit of gray in there, right? Because of the gray frame. I'm trying to remember my reasoning behind the gray frame, and I can't remember what it is. So I'll put a couple of pieces of this in there as well. I may end up making a flower anyway. Oh, I need my glue. So I better turn my glue gun on. Alright, as together as I thought I was. Glue gun is warming up. That's the dirty one. And I may use this to tie it all together. I think I'm just going to put a little messy bow right here. You know what, too? It'd be cool. What if I was to wrap this around? Kind of like that. If I'm going to do this, I want it to go 3 times, right? Could put a little hanger right there so that it can be hung on the wall, or you know, one of those little sawtooth hangers, or not. It can just sit on the table. So this is project number 5. I should get the other 4 projects. I'll do that while that's heating up. So we have our first project, which was this adorable little decorative pillow that would be cute on somebody's little entry table or on their bed or on a chair. Then I did this one, my favorite one. We had this cutting board. It was decorated for Mother's Day. And we did the towel. So this can be good in the kitchen or in the kids' bathroom to remind them every single day, right? And then we did the t-shirt. So those are the 4 of the 5, and then this, of course, is the 5th one. I think we're probably ready. There we go. Wrap this around a couple times. Oopsie. So by the time I got this wrapped around, it covered the big old glue glob that was sitting right there. Put a little strip for that. Then take these pieces. I'm just going to do this so they don't shuffle around on me. Just a tiny dab of glue holds it in place. That way I can make like a real starburst, right? And they won't be shuffling around on me when I'm finished. There we go. Give that a second to dry. I think I want to put a button. I don't have buttons here. So, yeah, just a tiny little dab right there. Put these on top. I am going to grab my button container. I have had this can of buttons for years and 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 years. And they just full of buttons. This one here I picked up at Hobby at Michael's. $2 for 200 buttons. And they're just plain unpainted wood, so you could paint them any color you wanted. And they have all different sizes in there. I love it. But this, I have to decide. I don't think I want purple. It just kind of blends in with it, doesn't it? Maybe a silver one. I do want to tie this. Let's do it this way first. And then do it this way. Just like that. There we go. And put a little dab of glue inside there to hold that in place. And I need a different container so I can sort these out and be able to see them better. Oh, maybe I should do a white one. That's an interesting thought. I have this little bitty white button. Oh, definitely. Definitely white. Okay. So, glue, pop it on here, center it. And then I'm just going to glue that right there. Put this up a little bit. Put a big old glob of glue, and then hold that in place. And there we have it. Project number 5. Thou shalt not try me. Mom 24/7. This is cute for someone who likes purple. And there are people out there who do like purple. All right, that's it for tonight. And I will keep you updated as I get through all the changes that are happening here on my end of this world, in my business world. And they're going to be good changes. This has been almost a year that I've been with Magnolia Design Company, and I've been loving every minute of it. And so I am not taking away, but adding to. And so I can't wait to share that with you. I am waiting on some things to come in. So once that is all set, I will be doing that. But in the meantime, if you have any questions about Magnolia Design Company products, the stencils, the squeegees, the pastes and the inks and all that, feel free to leave me a message. You might want to follow or like. What do you have to do? Follow and subscribe to my channel. I've got a YouTube channel if you're watching me on YouTube. Or you can watch me on YouTube. Just Google Twisted Chalker. And you can keep up with all the changes that are going to be happening. And I think that's it at this point. Thank you for joining me. If you're watching the live, it's wonderful. Drop a little note in the comments and let me know. If you're watching replay, I appreciate it. Drop a little note in the comments saying replay. And if you have any questions, do the same. All right. Thanks, everybody. Good night.